Hi there. If you would like to learn Maestro, this might be just the right video for you. I was in this situation a few weeks ago when I was learning Maestro to help my wife with her project, and it was quite challenging. Hopefully this video will be helpful for you. Let's see what we're gonna go over. So this is introduction to Maestro, and we're gonna talk about the difference between two types of software, what is Maestro and how it works, which tools you'll need to get started, how to install and set them up, how to write and run your first test. Let's dive in. So two types of software. First is a software with a graphic interface and software with command line interface. So software with a graphic interface, it's the one we all used to. Photoshop, Microsoft Word, Excel, Google Chrome, and all other softwares. It's where you have buttons and icons and menus, and you control them by the graphic interface. So this is example of the graphic interface of Photoshop, but there is a different type of software, and it's important because Maestro, it's that type of software. Software with a command line interface. Type instructions, code commands into a terminal on a Mac OS or command prompt on Windows. You might type things like Maestro test and name of your test, and the computer follows those text instructions. This is how terminal looks like, and Maestro does not have a graphic interface. You can't press a button, an icon, use a menu. You have to control it in the terminal. That's important. That was confusing for me when I was learning about this. I was not familiar about that type of software and how it works. Now it's better, so I can tell you. So what other tools we'll need? So obviously Maestro, this tool executes tests. You need a tool where you're gonna write a test. In our case, we're gonna use VS Code. It's a powerful, lightweight code editor. And the third tool, we're gonna use Android Studio because this tool has an emulator. Emulator, it's like having like a virtual phone on your computer, and we're gonna test Android app. So that's very helpful. So I'm gonna go through process of installing, writing the test, and executing it from scratch. So you're gonna see exactly how it works. I might make mistakes, I might forget something, but I think that might be useful for you to see and kind of learn for yourself. Okay, so let's go first. First, we're gonna go to the site called Maestro mobile.dev right here. So this website has all the documentation. It has all the commands, it has explanation how to install, how it works, and how to write your tests. So this is a super useful source of information. Today we're just going to install and run the first test. So let's do that. We're going to go to installing Maestro, and here run the following command to install Maestro on Mac, Linux, and Windows. I'm going to copy this command. We're going to open terminal. So if you search here for terminal, all right, and we're gonna paste this command here and press return. So right now Maestro gets installed on your computer somewhere. There is a folder somewhere. I actually don't know where it is, but it doesn't matter. For this, in this situation, it's actually right here on the user. So Maestro edit, so somewhere here. Oh, it's adding, doesn't matter. Anyway, all this, it's so basically right now what we did, we installed Maestro on your computer. There is no icon to press, but you already have it. So what else you need to do, you need to install VS Code. VS Code. Okay, you can open this page, download, in my case from Mac. It's downloading. So on my other screen I had this message popped up. For some reason, let me get out of this. So so this is my VS Code. Okay, we're gonna install it. Open. Perfect. So we have this software installed as well. And the third one is Android Studio. We can close this for now. I'm gonna go search for Android Studio. Download now. And the current version is Ladybug, right? Download. Let's download. This is mine. All right, we finally have our Android Studio downloaded. Let's install it. Hide this. Perfect. Let's open it. Let's help. All right, next, standard, next, accept, finish. All right, we're gonna start downloading something, installing, and then we're gonna navigate to device manager, and we'll see that we have an emulator there. We're gonna use that device. All right, so it took a while to install this for some reason, but it did, successful. Let's move on, finish. Great, we're gonna start from a new project. I'm just gonna use this, next. Call it my application, doesn't matter, let's finish. All right, so we have Android Studio running. What we're gonna do, we have to open a device manager. I think it's device let's allow device manager. So where you see that we already have emulator pre-installed here, I'm gonna show you how to create, because you can create many of them, different devices, different sizes of a screen. We can click here, create virtual device. And here you can choose what we're going to do. We're going to choose phone, and we're going to do, for example, Pixel 9 Pro. Next. Here you can choose what kind of Android system is going to run. We're just going to keep this one. Next. There's going to be the name. I'm going to actually copy it because we're going to need it later. And finish. So you see that now we have two. All right. So now when we have all the tools installed that we need, we can run this emulator. So if I click here, now we have this emulator here running. And if you have it part of the Android Studio, you can click here and it's going to be just a separate window. Why you want to do this? Because you want to minimize this later and keep just your emulator running. So I'm going to open VS Code, and we're going to open a new file. So we're going to open actually a folder. So open a folder, and we're going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it YouTube, YT. Yes. So now we have a folder on your computer anywhere you want. And we're gonna, so this VS Code is basically like a notepad. You're gonna write your flows, your tests here. This is what is used for programming, and you can, and the programming, it's actually just a text in a specific format. So here we have this folder here. We're gonna create a new file. We're gonna call it flow.yaml. We're gonna save it. So here we have a folder with a file. This is like a file manager, and you can basically all softwares, as I understand, actually I'm not the expert, but it's just a library of different files with different format, and all the code is just a text with instruction for computer what to do. This is what we're gonna do. This is very basic, but still. So now when we have this flow created, we have to follow a specific way how we're gonna run this test. So let's go to run a simple flow. Actually writing your first flow here. And we're gonna copy this. So now we're going to paste it here. And what we need to do, we need to replace this app ID with the ID of the app we're trying to test. So there is a command that's gonna give us all the IDs. So if you don't have a terminal, you have to click here. And in this terminal, we're gonna paste this command. If I click return, I'll see all the IDs of all the apps installed on this emulator. I'm gonna look for the app we can test. For example, I see Chrome here. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste here. So now we have ID of the app we're trying to test, and we have a command. So I'm gonna keep this one just an example, and the first command gonna launch the app, and second we'll try to tap on a button that has this text on the screen. We can replace this with a sign in, and if there's going to be a button with a sign in, we'll press it. If not, then it will fail. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll all the way down, and I'm gonna type in Maestro test and name of this file that we have here. Actually, we want to make sure that we don't have any white circles there. I'm gonna press Command S to save it, to make sure this all the changes we made are saved. So Maestro test space and flow.yaml. Flow.yaml. I'm gonna click return, and now we had our app launched, and now it's because we don't have this button with a sign in, it's trying to press it, but it's going to fail. Let's give it a second, and you see that we successfully launched the app, but we're not able to click on this button, and it gives us a report. So congrats if you see this screen you just ran your first flow, your first test. And that's gonna be all for today. Thank you so much.